question number one. Where do I start as a beginner with singing? And this is a fantastic, very, very, very fantastic question, because I think with a lot of the people I've worked with, right, there's always something different about them. And so for me, the answer I've always given, especially if you're starting off with singing, or maybe you're picking it back up, you need to find a way to figure out what you're good at and what you need to work on. As simple as it is, that's exactly what you need to do, because I find that for a lot of the people that come to me, they are trying to pick up singing, and the first thing they do is they jump onto YouTube and they might search like, what's a good beginner's warm up, or maybe what's some good workouts for the high notes, which is fantastic, right? But the only thing with that, let me check if that changed anything. Cool, so on. The only thing with that is those warm ups, those workouts are fantastic, but they are for they're quite generalized. They're there to kind of hit a bit of everything, and sometimes what that means is it doesn't really train what you need specifically. And so I think for people who are picking back up singing, if you're trying to get back into it, rediscovering that passion for singing, I would encourage you, see if you can sit down, just record yourself singing a few songs and ask yourself, what did I like about it? And what's something I could improve on, right? Maybe you really liked the way you sound in terms of your tone, right? You're like, man, I've got a sweet, sweet voice. But you're finding that you're off pitch, right? That gives you some clues on what you need to focus on next. And so this is why, if you're struggling with this, just kind of struggling to diagnose your voice properly, that's where a voice teacher really comes in, right? Because really what makes a voice teacher good, yes, if they're a fantastic singer, great, but it's really their ear and their knowledge of singing, right? So then they can listen to your voice and go, bam, Alex, this is exactly what's happening with your voice. And from there, they give you a bit of a solution. And now, without kind of being able to hear all your voices, a lot of those other advices will just be generic, right? It will just be generic. So I want you to kind of keep that in mind. When you're first starting off, see if you can figure out what you're good at and what you need to improve on, because those improvement things are where you want to start adding exercises or maybe doing specific songs to target. Now, the second thing, right, is, I think, to be honest, man, just when you're singing, just get started, sing some songs, right? Have some fun with it, because a lot of times when you're first getting started with singing, there's all this information out there, and sure, you can try to take on board as much as possible, but it can often overwhelm you. So just focus on small things, right? Just maybe sing a song that you like and try to build a little routine, right? Maybe see if you can practice maybe every day for about 15 minutes. See if you can build that little habit in first of all, because once you can do that, then you can start stacking up cool stuff, like really kind of awesome exercises for building your mixed voice, building some runs, maybe building your pitch, and anything, right? But then that has to come from a stable foundation, which is you are practicing regularly and consistently, right?